It was a gunshot heard around the world, and now key witnesses are speaking out about what they saw on the night John Lennon died. John Lennon's last word was a simple affirmation. When a police officer asked whether he was indeed John Lennon, he simply said yes. Mark David Chapman stood nearby under custody at the Dakota apartment building in New York City, where he'd shot Lennon mere minutes prior. That day, on December 8, 1981, the legendary musician had been making his way back home from a recording session with his wife, Yoko Ono. Chapman opened fire. 4 bullets struck Lennon and a 5th missed. Less than 6 hours earlier, Chapman had asked Lennon to sign a copy of Double Fantasy, released the year before by Lennon and Ono. Many of these facts are familiar to Beatles fans and non-fans alike, but even after 40 years, not every fact about the night of Lennon's death is known. For instance, who were the police officers on duty? Was there anyone on the street nearby? What about medical staff? According to the 2023 docuseries John Lennon: Murder Without a Trial, there was indeed an attendant inside the Dakota building, a taxi driver outside, and first responders who treated Lennon. The series director Nick Holt says that he wanted to interview these people before they die and the opportunity is lost forever. Some witnesses are now emerging to speak up for the first time about what they saw on the night Lennon died. While we don't know precisely what each and every witness to John Lennon's murder has been up to for over 40 years, Murder Without Trial does a thorough job collecting everything they witnessed on December 8, 1981. The most striking account might come from taxi driver Richard Peterson, who was sitting outside in his cab when he watched Mark David Chapman shoot Lennon.
He shot him. I thought they were making a movie, but I didn't see no lights or cameras or anything.
Meanwhile, Dakota building concierge Jay Hastings saw events unfold from the other side as Lennon ran past.
Runs past me, he goes, "I'm shot." He had blood coming out of his mouth already and just collapsed on the floor.
NYPD officer Herb Frauenberger, meanwhile, had no idea that it was John Lennon who'd been shot. He turned his shooting victim's head to the side to look for a pulse and thought,
"Holy smokes, this is John Lennon."
The medical staff at Roosevelt Hospital provide an additional perspective on the night Lennon died. Much like Herb Frauenberger, Dr. David Halloran was overwhelmed at having to treat a celebrity like John Lennon. He and his team worked to save Lennon's life for almost 45 minutes before their efforts became futile. Sometime later, nurse Barbara Kammerer broke the news to Yoko Ono while a Muzak cover of Lennon's iconic song Imagine played from the hospital speakers. As word got out, musicians such as Stevie Wonder broke the news on stage to their respective crowds. As for Mark David Chapman, it seems like he never intended to not be caught. At his 2022 parole hearing, he openly owned up to his actions, saying, "I'm not going to blame anything else or anybody else for bringing me there. I knew what I was doing and I knew it was evil. I knew it was wrong, but I wanted the fame so much that I was willing to give everything and take a human life." Asked by his legal team why he chose to shoot Lennon, Chapman cited his belief in the singer's hypocrisy. He said, "All you need is love. Have you ever heard that? Well, this is what I say to that. All you need is love and $250 million. He was the biggest, phoniest bastard that ever lived."